My life was in shambles. My life wasn't together. I was, you know, struggling.
Ryan Little.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Eunique, also known as the Curvy Med, and today I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little life update. So I know that it's been, I don't know, maybe about a month or two since my last update, but things have gotten much better. Life is getting better, and I am just in a much happier place right now. What I will say is we'll start off with like career-wise, what am I doing? And I decided that I wanted to continue applying to medical scribe positions, and I eventually found one that pays really well. I interviewed for it and got the job, so that's something that I'm really happy about. And I start in the middle of August, so really excited about that. And yeah, I just cannot wait. Like, typically being a medical scribe, it pays like absolute crap, but if you really do your research and find like smaller clinics maybe, or smaller ran clinics, like usually those pay a lot better. So I found this job through Indeed, and it was so helpful. It was so helpful to do a lot of research. I almost gave up, and even considered like doing teaching and substitute teaching, and you know, working in school districts, doing anything, because I was just so desperate to find a full-time steady job. And I think that's one of the things that we're not prepared for as pre-med students. Like, once you go from being a college student to now out in the real world, like sometimes the real world will really hit you, and it really hit me and kicked my butt for real. So yeah, that's pretty much what has happened as far as career wise, like my career. I'm still dedicated to medical school. I did not get into medical school, as you can see in my last video. I did not get into medical school on my second try, and I am not giving up. I really am not giving up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the med school route. So I have been at this journey for the last 4 years, ever since I graduated college. And I completed a post-bac program at Baylor College of Medicine. And after completing that program, I honestly was not prepared for the reality of life. And I don't know why it took me so long to find a decent job. Like, why in the world is it taking this long? You know what I mean? But yeah, I just hated the fact that it took so long to get to this point. But I really wish I would have gotten to this point 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you know. But hey, we move. Life goes on, we move. And that's what I did. And so as far as my med school journey goes, I'm still gonna stick to this path. I really thought long and hard about it, and I considered other options, other backup plans and stuff. And I feel like not only do I feel it, I know it. I know I have what it takes to succeed as a medical student. I know I have what it takes to become a doctor. I've proven to myself time and time again, like, my talents and my strengths, and a lot of the things that I know, that qualities that make a great doctor, I've seen in a lot of the experiences that I've had. And so that's one thing that I do want to share with you guys in an upcoming video, is my medical school application, the ones that I applied with. And I think that although I did not get in, I think it's still of value to present that information, because it got me as far as getting waitlisted. And if I can get that far to get an interview and to get waitlisted, it's like, okay, like, there's something there, like, worth seeing and worth sharing. And I definitely want you guys to get a closer glimpse as far as like what I've done in my life, and it really tells my story. And so that's the kind of like the whole point of applications. They really tell your story. By the way, I'm sitting on the floor, by the way. I felt like I would do like a whole new setup right now, and for some reason this piece of hair right here is bothering me. It really is. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's OCD, maybe it's whatever, I don't know, but it's bothering me. Anyway, so yeah, I am still on this journey to medical school. I do want to become a doctor. I have a passion for medicine, and I don't think that that's something I want to give up yet. Like, and the reason why is because I know what it requires. I know what it requires me to do, and that's to get my MCAT score up. And if I get my MCAT score up, that will put me in a much better position. And I'm honestly hoping to get a 510. That's honestly the goal that I have in mind. And I think what's different this time around versus previously is that last time I didn't really have a goal score. I just wanted to get above 500. And while that's still okay, it's not ambitious enough. I think that I should continue to shoot for the stars and, like, you know, shoot high, aim high. And so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm really hoping to get at least the 510 on this MCAT exam, so that way it puts me in a pool of applicants that are more competitive than I was in before. So yeah, what else is going on in Eunique's life? I guess we can talk about dating and relationships. I am still single. She's still single and mingling currently. I'm currently like getting to know people. I am on the apps, the ghetto. Sometimes it's just the ghetto, but I am on the apps, y'all. I'm back on the apps, and honestly, it's not too bad. I haven't gone on a date yet, but it's still kind of early, so you know, you never know what will happen. But yeah, that's where I am at as far as love and dating and relationships. But yeah, I would say my next thing is mental health. I feel like I hit a low this year because I thought that 2022 was hard. I thought that year was hard. 2023 came around and said, girl, I'm gonna show you what's really hard. I'm gonna show you harder. And that's what it did. And 2023 has not been that great to me, at least in the beginning. But once I kind of got to that lowest point of my life, I really had to do some reflecting. I really had to think things through, think about my life, think about the decisions I've made, and understand that my actions do have consequences, whether good or bad. And that's kind of been the life lesson and theme for this year. And I am slowly learning to accept that. And to be honest, I feel like I'm losing my train of thought. I'm losing my train of thought. But what I want to say is, I kind of forgot, this is the ADHDing right now, because my attention span is like this small. But anyway, we were talking about mental health. So back to that. I feel like I'm getting better, and I don't know, somehow, some way, just out of nowhere, I think it was because of the interview, the positions that I got presented with and the opportunities that are coming and have come as far as my job situation. I think that gave me the boost of motivation I needed. That gave me the motivation and the encouragement that I needed to keep going, because at some point I've thought about just like, there's been several times where I just wanted to delete myself from the earth and call it a day. But you know, that's not always the solution. That's not always the right solution and the best solution. And I'm really trying to explore all my options here. And I felt like something in me felt like, I think it's because of the TikToks I've seen, or TikTok and social media, all that on Instagram, where they're saying like January is the beginning of the year, but you know, August is kind of like the new beginning or the second beginning of the year. And it kind of feels that way. I kind of feel like I've turned a chapter in this book of my life. I feel like I'm entering a new chapter finally. I felt like the last chapter of my life was challenging and had its hardship and challenges. I struggled financially a lot. Y'all have no idea. Like, there were times where I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna make rent, but we're gonna, and not only that, but like paying my other bills and trying to live. Like, but now I finally am in a position where I have a job that is full-time, has benefits, and I'm making a livable wage. Like, that, this is my first big girl job, for real. And I'm super duper excited about it. And I call it a big girl job because I feel like it is a big girl job. It's like I'm playing a big role in the healthcare field. Like, it may be small to some, but it may be big to others. And for me, I feel like being a scribe is a big role. It helps the doctor, you know, focus on the patient more and improving health outcomes and quality of the care that they receive. And so I feel like I'm really making a contribution, and I think that this experience this upcoming year is really gonna help me have more, I guess, like more weight and more stories to tell with my application for med school. I am going to be reapplying, but I'm going to be reapplying next year for 2024. I really just need to focus on getting my life together, and sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to just focus on getting your life together first, and sometimes you have to prioritize. You know, my mental health is important to me, and I felt like it was important to find a job that had, you know, full-time benefits. And you know, I want to be able to continue seeing my therapist. And while we're on the topic of mental health, I haven't seen my therapist in like quite a few weeks now because I turned 26 and got kicked off my insurance. And Lord, has that been a pain in the butt. It really has. And I'm really trying to understand, like, why does the system work this way? Why all of a sudden at 26 I gotta be kicked off my mama's insurance? Like, come on. Like, she had some good insurance too, y'all. But the job that I have now, which I'll be starting soon, is actually offering the same insurance. I don't really know how any of these things work. I remember asking during my interview about the insurance, and then they started talking about deductibles and things like that. I'm just like, huh? Like, what do you mean? Like, what are we talking about here? They started throwing out numbers, and I'm just like, I don't know what this means, but I just shook my head and nodded and just pretended like I understood. And you know, I just wanted to, I've also noticed, as far as like mentally, I am in a good place because I've noticed that I am getting back into my creative bag now. Like, I really haven't been creating this year. If you guys, I'm sure you guys have noticed, I have not really been creating content. I haven't really been creating videos at the beginning of this year because my life was in shambles. My life wasn't together. I was, you know, struggling and in so many different areas of my life. And you know, I just feel like now that things are coming back together, now that things, like, I feel like I've seen the lowest of the lows in my life, and I never want to go back there. I want to keep pushing, and I only want to go up from here, and that's that. And you know, I'm just really grateful. I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've been blessed with. I'm really grateful for my family that has helped me in this time, that has supported me in different ways. It's been hard, I'll say that, but I am so excited. Like, y'all have no idea how excited I am for this future of mine. I'm trying not to beat myself up as far as, you know, how long it's taking me to get into medical school. I feel like I'm comparing myself to a lot of other people, but if anything, I can tell you that if you're taking gap years, you are going to have a lot of character development moments. Like, life is going to develop you so much more, and I'm actually really grateful for this time because, you know, I've become a different person. I've become a different woman. I'm becoming the woman that I want to be, and I think that that's you know, worth all these years of not being in school. But I know that time is ticking in my head still, and I still want to get back into school. And I'm working on like plan B, plan C. I definitely want to consider going into linkage programs or bridge programs that have some sort of guarantee as far as like an interview or admission into a program. I want to do something with my life, and if that means going back to school and getting a master's before going to medical school, then by all means, that's something I'll do. If that means going the PA route, and you know, that's something I may do. I don't know yet, but it's an option, and it still gives me the opportunity to do what I love and do what I'm passionate about. So yeah, that wraps up this video. That's really all the updates that I have for you guys, and I really hope that this encourages you, and I really hope that if you are going through a hard time, please don't give up on yourself. Do not give up on yourself. Seek out help and ask for help. Ask for the resources. Sometimes sometimes like it takes time. It really does. And I am a living witness, a person that has been through so much within the past 2 years. I've been through so much. It's almost like I've been through hell. It feels like it. And I feel like I'm finally getting to a place where I have stability, I have happiness, I have peace, joy, success. Things are coming together, and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
Don't you wanna dance with me? No, I could dance like Michael Jackson. I could give you satisfaction. And you know we out here every day with it. I'ma show you how to get it. It go